Good morning, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was live here for a minute. It's still kind of early. Usually we have a couple videos out by now, but we only have 2 out. This is the 3rd video, so we're going to be doing a thing today. Kind of we're really not sure what to do for this video. I'm trying to figure out something to do that's full of life, excitement. This video is we're calling it teenagers that is going out, doing drugs, and getting themselves pregnant and too scared to tell their parents. Especially young females that's only 13 to 15 years old, coming home saying, "Mom, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant." This is going out to any child that's under the age of 18. Please do not do drugs. Do not smoke or do alcohol. It is not healthy for you. Knowing the grown-ups may do it, but hey, kids, that don't make them cool. Drugs and alcohol hurts their system. So kids, if you see your mommy or daddy drinking, don't pick it up after them when you turn 18. Stay in school. Try your best at every work assignment that the teacher has given you. I was 17 and I was being bullied severely bad. In high school, kids has been pushing me into my locker, banging my face off my lockers. Stand up to bullies. Say no to bullying. This video is going out to any school board, teachers, and students, and staff, and parents. If your kids go to school every day in a different county, a kid came home covered in different marks and bruises from school. The mom wonders, was my child in a fist fight, or did someone end up picking a fight with him while he was at school? He even came home with lunch all scattered through his hair and all over him. He was devastated. He did not leave his house for 16 days. Has not even went out to hang out with any of his friends. I have dealt with violent act and behavior. And this video is about behaviors. Doing meth, doing heroin, doing crack, cocaine, crystal meth, all them other hard drugs. And if you're having a really bad day at school, and you come home and you say, "Mom, I'm having a really bad day at school today," all the kids won't leave you alone except bullying you, and your parents even tried doing something. And the principal's like, "Oh, well, he's my son. I'm going to allow him to beat up who he wants." Screw that. Listen up, principals. If you're going to let your students get mistreated in Mon County, California, and all around the United States, then you'll be seeing me. Because out of 592 students, every year a child reports child abuse to their moms and dads because of the school behaviors. Either kids that has violent rage towards others should be expelled from school for at least a few days until their behavior has changed. Now, there is a place called Boot Academy for kids that does not listen. It's a military kind of base. If they do not listen, they'll get put to their bed and they cannot move from that spot. So, we're going to read off a list of a few that done some of these things. We also had a principal recently expelled from a school. He also got fired for taking his belt to a 14-year-old girl and a 19-year-old boy. Volunteered to step up and say, "Hey, leave her alone. She is only a girl. Beat up the guys, not the females." The principal began to get violent towards the 19-year-old. Started walking up to him very violently and act like he was going to harm the 19-year-old. He ends up grabbing the 13-year-old girl, done a chokehold position on her until the police arrived at the school. The 13-year-old girl is okay. She is just very shooken up recently. And this was in the state of West Virginia. Parents, if your children or you believe your child is being harmed at any place, a store, at home, if your kid is scared to come out of his room while you and your husband or your wife are fighting, make sure your bedroom door is closed. That way your kids cannot hear the argument. My mom and my dad fought all the time. When me and my husband, we fight, we close our bedroom door. That way the kids cannot hear us fighting. Because if they hear us fighting, they're going to be like, "Great, now mom and dad's getting divorced." Some people does get divorced. Kids, if your parents ever been divorced, I know exactly how you feel. My mom and dad has been divorced 19 times. And it has been hard. And there is kids out there that does cut themselves. If you know your child is beginning to cut themselves, see what you can do. There is a number you can call. From 1 to 18, please listen. Please listen very carefully to this message. Please listen to your mom and dad. I know you don't like to hear their voice and you don't like to hear what they have to say. Clean your room. Do this. Do that. Don't talk back to them. If they say, "Son, go clean the dishes," just say, "Yes, ma'am." "No, sir." "No, ma'am." "Yes, ma'am." Do your job that they told you to. So this is our third visit for today. We're supposed to have a fourth one, but the fourth one won't be able to go out until we have more subscribers that says, "Yeah, we have these kind of issues." I have dealt with all this other stuff. I have seen people addicted to hard drugs. And my job is to try to help anybody that's addicted to any kind of hard drugs. It's been a wild morning, honestly. I had a call at 2:13 last night stating that a 4-year-old boy had a knife in his hand and coming at his mom and dad. And when they look in their son's room, all their kids is sound asleep. So we went to Ahia this morning, and we just recently got back at 5:30. And they don't even know this little boy. It was just a figure of a little boy, which we done a scan for spirits, and we found a few spirits where we gently removed them without harming them or anyone in the home. So yeah, it's been a wild morning. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna be hopping off of here, and we should be making our next video very soon, in the next couple days or so. Peace. Yellow. Adios.